As it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Baker going to throw this right away.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Mayfield.
He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the line, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Throwing, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. The drive will start with an option going left. And he is going to lose yardage here. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This will be fielded at the 17.
A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he's brought down just outside.
Because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Elijah Mitchell, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. After 7-0 on EA Sports. First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here's Fields.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 6 yards left on second down. To throw is Fields. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 25 yards that time.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run here with Evans.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
But the air attack has gotten him down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Evans again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Second down at 5. Once again, it's Mitchell.
And some room to roam now. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st down, Drake.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield.
And he will find his man, Samuel.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Partner, find me a star more on the rise than Deebo Samuel after last season. Wide receiver, running back, kick returner. This man does it all for the San Francisco 49ers. Ranked 3rd in the league in all-purpose yardage and deservedly made first-team All-Pro. Building on that with a 1st down here.
1st down, Mayfield.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, how about that? You use
a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick six in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question...
Mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mayfield.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk, 73 yards. And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. On 1st down, Fields. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Fields.
To the right side and complete to Thomas.
On the move past the 40.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Fields on 1st down. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields.
He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Fields now to throw.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
That's good for the Chicago Bears. A big game on the way brings up 2nd and goal to go.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
Santos' kick is up and through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
They're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Oh, the slant complete to Michael Thomas.
30, past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Evans gets it again on second down.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now Fields.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell,
already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Niners will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
A give here to Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
On third down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Another run with Mitchell.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 38, Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Now it's Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Niners are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On third down, Mayfield. Snead's got it. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bears 17. Robbie Gold to kick off for San Francisco.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Shavarius Ward in on the tackle. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the 49ers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going.
He's got a man complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the 49ers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Bears 17.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully...
And now here is another interception. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for San Francisco, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.